y'all. I'm trying this out for the first time. I tried to get live on my computer, but it would not let me do it. So I'm having to stream live from my phone. I'm trying this out just to see if people will even join. So far I have 0 people, but that's fine. But I'm just trying to get like a feel for this whole YouTube live thing. And I don't know how to do this at all from I don't know how to do this at all from the computer. Okay, so I'm able to see myself on the computer. But how do I get it to stream from the computer?
Come on, let's go.
I don't know. But anyway, so we're gonna get started. So are you gonna be on?
I'm on, Shayna.
You barely on.
Goodness.
Okay, so Mike is my boyfriend. Y'all seen him before. We're about to do vision boards. We decided to do vision boards from on cork boards. So we went to Target and bought these cork boards, and we have gotten donations for magazines. I can't lift them. These are all the magazines we have. So we're about to get started. So you have a pair of scissors. Where is the other pair of scissors?
What you got?
That's the one that I went and got. But
Just get the kitchen scissors.
huh?
Just get the kitchen scissors.
Oh no, here they are. Right. So we have scissors. And we have push pins. So unfortunately, Target didn't have basic push pins, so I had to buy these
She fancy, y'all.
fancy ones.
She talking about saving money. She got the fanciest push pin.
These fancy push pins, but oh well. So let's get started. You already started without me earlier.
Yeah, gotta be productive in 2019. So just leading the way. That's it.
But let me see how this works. How do I know that people can hear me? Well, I guess I could hear you when you was checking in on it.
I don't know, but I mean, I like just music, not just you crunching and chewing and.
Okay.
People need to hear music. Dang, this still work. She been slamming stuff all day. My computer, her phone.
Is the TV gonna come on? Okay, there we go.
Her TV.
Anyway, so this is our first time doing a vision board together. We've done them individually.
Got me ashy. Got the people. See, look.
We did a vision board individually in the past. Last time I've done one was like maybe like 5 years ago maybe. But everything that I did on my vision board came true. So I wanted to do one again because I have some serious goals I'm trying to achieve. So
Well, I still need music back.
here you go.
It's okay. You're getting there. All right, whatever you play, I trust. But anyway, I saw this one when I was starting debt management,
Oh, he got
money and power. She has earrings that say,
Oh, this is so cute. So he found this in one of the magazines. It says, it's a black girl. She has earrings that says student loans. And the caption here is, got debt, follow these 3 rules of thumb. So I guess it's supposed to be, you know.
title, money and power.
Oh, well, up here, yeah. Money, power, and management. So I'm definitely going to put this on my board because I haven't posted this video yet, but one of my goals is to be completely debt-free this year. It's a very lofty goal, but I'm hoping to achieve that. Babe, Steve, can you handle the music, please?
No, right? I need you to bring the people there, right? Come on now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm entertaining, but the people still need to hear some music in the background. Come on now. I need to, it's inspiring. It takes me there. It's my Picasso.
How long do vision boards take, though? Because I feel like when I did mine, it was just me, like, doing it real quick for myself. So we're going to listen to a little bit of Toby.
Probably loud.
Oh, is it loud? Nobody's writing back. But we do have 4 people watching. Hey, y'all. I appreciate 5 people watching. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you are just now tuning in, let me turn it down a little bit. If you're just now tuning in, we are doing vision boards. I got these cork boards from Target, and we have a bunch of magazines that we are going to go through and, you know, create our vision boards with. So we're not gluing anything, we're just cutting things out and then using push pins to put them into the boards. And we got 2 different boards because, as many of you probably know, Mike lives in Columbus, Georgia, while I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And so, one, we wanted to have really nice boards that we didn't just like throw away and just kind of just threw in a corner, but ones that we could look at and reflect upon throughout the year. And then also, he needs to take his to his house when he leaves at some point, hopefully not today, but when he leaves at some point to go back to his home in Columbus, Georgia. So he found this cute one for me, and I'm about to cut it out because I really do like it. Why are vision boards important?
Why should our followers, why should your followers be looking to make vision boards? What is a vision board?
So yeah, so a vision board is basically something to allow you to stay focused for the year. It is somewhere that you can post all of your goals and the things that you're interested in achieving. And I've only done one in the past before, and when I did that vision board, everything came to pass on it. And in the Bible, it does say that you're supposed to write your vision, make it plain. And so although we aren't technically...
I need book and chapter verse.
I don't know. Actually, I did look it up.
Chapter verse.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is, but you the people. Well, I need to be able to
it is in the Bible. But anyway, we aren't writing, but I think at the end of the day, we are
you still got my knees in the
casting our vision and, you know, making it plain what we want to achieve. And so I think that's really important to do, and it'll keep us focused on the goals that we want to achieve. So I'm about to unwrap my vision board here. I don't know, what do people typically use for their vision boards? Paper. I think a lot of people just use paper, just regular paper.
I like the
poster boards. Yeah. I think the last time I did one by myself, I did use a cork board, but a much smaller cork board. So.
Got me over here looking all ashy. Hey.
Well, you getting it together.
Should have told, I didn't know that we was even going live, but thankfully.
Well, so this is my first time going live, and I didn't even know that supposedly, so when I went on to click to go live, it said that I had to like request permission or something. And so I did that, and it said it would take up to 24 hours. And then immediately I got a notification on my cell phone saying that go live instantly. And so I had already said, oh, I think it's not going to allow me to go live. And I was like, oh, it lets me go live now, so I'm going to go live. But, yeah. So anyway, so one girl that I watched her do one, she did it in her little planner. And she had different sections for how she wanted to do it. One's related to, like, family, finances, work, and things like that. So I don't know if those are categories that you want to think about, because I think that's helpful for me to make sure that I'm not forgetting an area of life that I want to have a goal achieved in. So
Heavens had descended upon me so strongly. She came from the
I
Big
just put
Apple.
my first one in.
I was singing to the people, man.
Do y'all want him to sing to y'all? We're listening to Toby. He likes Toby.
Toby from the SWAT,
What is that?
Southwest.
You said like you knew it.
Southwest, they leave Texas.
Oh, he's from
Let me
Texas?
say it with, yeah, baby. Texas, Grove Side. I'm from Dallas. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Toby's from Houston, Texas. SWAT stands for Southwest, they leave Texas.
Okay. Cool.
Just covering out books. One of the books says How to Love a Jamaican.
What's the relevance, babe?
You Jamaican, you crazy. That's the relevance. But no, books are definitely huge. One of my goals this year is to read at minimum a book a month. But I really want to be able to read really about 15, 16 books. So a little over a book a month is what I'm really trying to do.
I want to read books too, but I think I'm not going to be able to physically read books. I just don't have the time. So I think I'm going to look into getting like an Audible subscription, because I tend to listen to podcasts while I'm doing Grubhub. And so I think switching it out for Audible might make sense. And to do that, I think it's really important. They say a lot of the greats, very successful people. This is cool, although this is not relevant to me at all. They have like these women with their stretch marks and stuff. But anyway, they said that a lot of the most successful people, they read a lot, and I don't read a lot at all. Mainly because when I was in my PhD program, I felt like I had to do a lot of reading for school, and I just didn't have any interest to read additionally for leisure. And then now, since I am not in school anymore, I just don't have the time, because I teach, I do Grubhub, I work at the CDC, and yeah, I just have too much to do to like sit down and actually physically read a book. So I think Audible would make sense for me, especially since I already listen to podcasts while I'm driving anyway. So pretty much be the same thing, but then I'll be able to expand like my vocabulary hopefully a little bit. I don't know if that works. Does it translate to listening to stuff?
I mean, I like reading versus listening. Like some of the podcasts that I really, really love and want to, like, okay, you know what, that was a great read. I think it really helped me out to, get it to, simmer in my mind, marinate. I'm gonna not only read it, but get the Audible book to like listen to it again. Because I get distracted often if I'm listening to it. I need to actually like read it and take it in like that.
Yeah. So, but I think it'll just increase my knowledge base a lot more. And yes, I want to look into getting an Audible subscription. I did have a free one that I didn't utilize, but this was like a while back. Like while I think I was still in my PhD program. And so I think I'm gonna look into seeing if I can get another trial, and then figuring out how I can incorporate that into my budget. I think it's only like $9.99 a month, so it's not too terrible, and I see the value in it. So we'll see. We'll see if it shows up in my future budget one year. Babe, you're making a lot more progress than me. I feel like I'm just not seeing what I need to see.
I'm gonna cut this out. Healthy food. My favorite food is, unfortunately, wings. I love flavored wings. Wingstop is my favorite place to get wings from. I actually have stock in a Wingstop, so it's pretty serious for me. But yeah, I gotta eat a lot healthier than what I have been for sure. hopefully they all attend.
Yeah, so we actually, in addition to doing this vision board, we need to, we're supposed to be doing a challenge for 4 months.
Whatever you say.
What was the hesitation, babe? But we need to do this challenge, and so basically it's to help us with our health and just our business and goals in general, so that we can stay focused and get things done.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that we have already talked about was cutting down on social media, because I spend way too much time like on Instagram,
Right.
just browsing like for no reason, just going through people's stories, and it adds no value to my life, really. So I wanted to go cold turkey for 4 months, and he was concerned. He was like, what if when we're done with 4 months and we go even deeper into it after the 4 months is over? And so what we did instead is that we put a limit on our phones for the Instagram and Facebook apps. I don't really go on Facebook on my phone that often, but yeah, we put limits on for 15 minutes a day. And so we already started the limit thing. I don't think we started seriously. We just were testing it out for the past like 2 days. And so 15 minutes actually is a decent amount of time if you break it up throughout the day. Now, if you're going to sit there for 15 minutes all day, it goes by quickly. But if you go in there, check a little bit, and then get off, it actually is not too bad. So I haven't been minding the whole Instagram limit that we're putting in place. But that's one of the things that we are trying to do for our challenge. The other thing is to be healthy, lose a little bit of weight, which may seem cliche, but that's what we're trying to do. Just trying to get sexy out here. So one of the things I'm looking for is I want to be able to move to a new dwelling. Earlier I said that I wanted to move to a new apartment that had at least 2 bedrooms, because I live in a 1-bedroom apartment now. And Mike was like, home. Is that what you said? Home or house?
You said a new apartment.
Yeah. And
why not a new home?
Exactly. So I guess, what's the word? Shortcutting myself or selling myself short.
Yeah.
By saying that I just wanted an apartment, but why limit it at just an apartment? You can get a whole house out here, So, if everything works out well for me, I mean, it's possible. I would like to wait until I was debt free and be able to save up like 20% down payment on a house before I bought a house, but that's something that I could still probably achieve, in a year. So why not? And who knows, I might even be able to rent a house instead of an apartment. That might be a step up, closer to what you said, but not so limiting. So that's what I'm kind of looking for through these magazines. I'm not seeing anything jump out at me just yet. Y'all go ahead and type in and say hi, please. Nobody's talking to us. I see that some people are watching. Like, we've had up to like 6 people, I think, watching at some points. It's hovering around like four people.
Yeah. So what businesses? I know you mentioned businesses. What businesses do we have? And what do you do now?
So we have gone into a partnership together to have a financial platform.
I'm the boss. Well, go ahead, baby.
Oh, that's you. I'm like, who is this? I forgot this is your computer. So I don't know that. Okay, so we are basically developing a financial platform. One of the platforms being on YouTube, this channel. which is called the Wealth Vibe. And so basically it's going to consist of a website, a podcast, and YouTube channel to deliver, financial information and motivation. And the YouTube channel will be a big part of that. And so we've been working really hard with each other, like every single day, to like come up with information so that we can, or come up with content so that we can put out on the Wealth Vibe platform. And so that's something that I really want to be. Oh, this is the magazine that I need to be looking at, HGTV. But basically, we want that business, the Wealth Vibe, to be very successful, not only for ourselves financially, but also to be able to inspire and motivate other people to live a life of financial freedom. So that's the business. Also, he has other businesses that he does, not with me, but he has business partners.
I'm a senior quality engineer for Pratt & Whitney in Columbus, Georgia. We build and design jet engines. On the side, I'm also a stock market investor as well as a real estate investor. We wholesale properties. I also flipped my first property last year. Bought it in October of 2017. Didn't really start the rehab process until November. And then it sold in March of last year. So go ahead.
We got a comment. I'm so excited. So Ladrina James, she said, "Hey, I just stumbled across your live and I'm setting up my vision board as well."
That's what's up.
That's cool. I really appreciate you for saying hi, because we haven't had anybody saying hey, so you're the first person to reach out to us. I appreciate everybody else that's watching as well, but I really appreciate you for taking the time, stopping by, and writing a comment. And so, yeah, we're doing our vision board, cork boards. I don't know how you're doing yours. I'd love to know how you're doing yours, because we didn't really know, because this is like our, second time doing a vision board. And yeah, we just wanted something that was a little bit more sturdy and something that we could hang up in our homes that would provide motivation. So we went with cork boards that were pretty sturdy, but I know people do them in different formats, like on poster boards or in journals and things like that. So, but I'm excited. I got somebody to say
Hey, it's like, she's amazed by the smallest things.
I am so appreciative.
Yes, so amazed. That's good though. I'm gonna just get one little roll. Oh my God. Make my job easier, man.
Yes, I appreciate it. So I did find a little home that I'm going to put onto my vision board. So I do want to move in 2019. So I found this house. This is not necessarily the style, but I do like it. It looks nice. I will definitely be appreciative of a home like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this here.
Told y'all she was
sorry, y'all. I'm here
all day.
Okay.
I don't know what's gotten into it. It's weak well to the people right now. So
okay. So I have the debt management and the house on my vision board now. I need something about eating healthy too. So I really want to lose, like, I don't even know how much I weigh right now. So I do the keto diet on and off, and I have gone off really badly since Thanksgiving. I've been off of it. Man, it's been a month since I've been off keto, and so I need to get back on it, because I was able to lose a lot of weight on it, and I feel I probably have not gained back all the weight that I started back at. What do you think? But I haven't weighed myself because I just don't want to weigh myself. I don't want it to get that real yet. But I do want to lose some weight. I would like to get down to like 135. I typically weigh like around 150 to 155. Oh, she said she's putting hers in a planner. Yeah, that's how I saw someone else do theirs in a planner. That's really cool. I'm not really a planner person, so that's why I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to put in a planner because I'll be liable to put it in a planner and then put the book up on the shelf and then never look at it again. So, but yeah, that's cool. Especially if you use a planner every single day, that makes a lot of sense because then you'll be able to like see it every day, and you know, it'll remind you every single day of what your goal is. Oh, I like this house right here, this patio.
Yeah.
We always talk about like having a house with nice outdoor like living area, because my apartment, they have a really nice like barbecue area, and pool and whatnot, and they have this fire pit, and it's so nice, and I really want a home with like a fire pit and everything. So to be able to host like barbecues and stuff like that and parties, I really want to be able to host parties. And I am a big proponent of, if you hosting a party, you hosting a party. Like, you need to host some people, like be able to provide the food, all the entertainment, all that. And so I want to be able to be in that position so that I can do that. And so I would love to have like, you know, barbecues and outdoor summer parties and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna put that on my board per se. So I already have the home on there. I feel like you do. So he got all these magazines from two of his friends.
Shout out Ravita and Jaree.
Yes, Jaree and Ravita. Not Ravita, it was Renita. Mm-hmm. Or was Ravita? So he has two friends with like very similar names.
You're gonna tell me.
I thought it was Renita. So he has two friends with very similar names. Like literally, it's just a letter difference in their names. One is an N and one is a V. So I thought it was Renita because he always, like Renita always is coming through for stuff. So I thought it was Renita, but Ravita. Well, thank you, Ravita and Jaree, for providing art magazines, because I don't have any magazines. I don't purchase magazines. I was, I guess, a few years ago getting like Money Magazine and Kiplinger, Money, Kiplinger, and some other financial magazine. I really did like those magazines. They provided a lot of advice and tips in them, so I really liked it. Babe, you haven't posted anything yet.
I'm getting it ready.
Okay.
I gotta see what I need first and then post it. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Measure twice, cut once.
Is that the engineer in you?
Sí se puede.
Actually, so I was passing up some of these clothing magazines, and I think I need some because I really do want to be able to like buy clothes a little bit more this year, because I haven't really purchased any clothes, and some of my clothes are just getting like tattered, and I probably need to go back and be able to put that down, because I have not really invested in clothes really for myself. Like for Christmas I asked for some undershirts because I didn't even have undershirts to like wear to work under like my sweaters and stuff like that. And so my mom bought me a pack of undershirts for Christmas that I greatly appreciate. But things like that, like I need those things, and I want to be able to buy stuff like that. So yeah. So now I'm looking at this Time magazine. Our magazines are old. Do people usually use like new magazines? Ladrina, are you using a new sets of magazines? Because we got we you know, got secondhand magazines from his friends, and they have used them or, you know, got them like years ago.
Yeah, some of these are somewhat old.
Yeah, but doesn't matter, I guess. I guess it's just the image.
Yeah, no matter.
What do you have over there, babe?
Men's Health magazine. Trying to find some positive images of black men getting it in, working out, sit-ups, ripped up. I mean, I'm ripped up now, you know what I'm saying, but we're gonna turn this live into, something else, and we're gonna be banned. So just believe me. But just trying to get some more images to maintain.
So so I have also been like on and off like pescatarian, vegan, and then for his birthday in August, I started eating meat again because for his birthday we went to Wingstop, and that was part of his birthday gift for me to partake in his favorite food, and it's been downhill since then. Like in terms of like eating meat, it's been bad, and so I started watching What the Hell like 2 years ago, I think, at this point. And that really inspired me to at least cut out meat like why am I cutting 2 pages? Meat like chicken, beef, and pork and stuff like that. And I really didn't eat that much pork. Okay, so she says it doesn't really matter, I guess, the year of the magazine. My mom accidentally signed up for something where she gets a ton of magazines, so she looked up, I guess, on a bunch of newer magazines. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool to be able to have newer magazines. Cause I also don't get magazines, so I don't even know a lot about popular culture. So it'd be kind of cool to be able to do this and get like, I guess, updated on pop culture. But anyway, what was I saying? So I fell off when it came to eating, like limiting the amount of meat that I eat, and so I saw this with grilled fish tacos. So it might seem odd, but I'm cutting it out for several reasons, because it says healthy meal in 20 minutes. And it's also grilled fish tacos. So I want to be able to cut the meat back out of my diet and go mainly back to like a pescatarian, vegan sometimes diet. So how it worked for me is that I was doing pescatarian, like maybe like I would eat like a fish or seafood type of dish like 2 to 3 times a week, and then all the other meals would be vegan. And so I want to get back to eating mostly fish and vegetables. So I'm going to put this on the board. And I also want to be able to cook meals that only take 20 minutes. I don't have time.
That's facts. Yeah, I gotta start eating in more. I need to start cooking more. It's just so convenient. Get off work, look at real estate, and by the time you come home, you're like, it's like I need something that's already done, which costs more money, which goes against what we're striving towards and believe in, which is saving money.
Yeah. So, babe, tell them what you're. I don't know if you want to share it. Actually, I should ask you first. If you want to share this about your mom.
She's going to ask me in front of the people. I mean, what is the difference?
Well, if you don't want to share, you just say you don't want to share.
Pray for my girlfriend. Just pray for her. All right? Crazy. Go ahead. What's your question?
Do you want to share what you want to do for your mom?
Yeah, sure.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, seriously. Okay.
Anyway, you have a low battery, by the way. But
okay.
My goal is to pay off her mortgage. I really wanted to do it in December, and I was unable to do so. But I think I'm gonna still give her a little cash.
Baby, it froze
and,
when that came up, so
yeah.
Start over, sorry.
I think it's probably good. Well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I really want to pay off her mortgage in December. Unfortunately, the bag wasn't like it should have been, but she owed a little bit more than what she thought that she owed. So I actually called Quicken Loans and had them add me as a authorized user, so I can, keep up with how much she owed. But give her some cash. This is what I think I'm gonna do. Her birthday is in January. It's January the 16th. I think I'm gonna give her some cash and I'm gonna actually get cash out of the bank, maybe $5,000 or more, and give her a portion of that and encourage her to save. I think her, saving habits are the best. And my saving habits, to be honest, over the last 2 years, have not been the best overall. But I think I'm gonna give her like some incentive. If she's able to save X amount, then I'll give you this much, or double it, triple it, something like that. I don't know. But I'm going down to surprise her for her birthday, which is on January, and then give her birthday present. And overall, at this point, really the hope and the goal is to be able to pay off the house in May. I'm gonna need my stocks to really.
This year, babe?
Yeah, May of this year, but I would really need my stocks to do what they need. Market has been extremely volatile here lately, but one thing about trading options and trading stocks, a lot of people don't know, you can make money whether the stock goes up or down. So, anyway, that's my goal. I will achieve it.
Yeah, and so I'm really proud of him for even like wanting to come. That's very inspiring. And so I really am like rooting for him that he's gonna be able to do that, and even just like being able to give her any money towards that. That's awesome, because I know how, like how vital home ownership is, and being able to own your house outright is, because I've seen it firsthand when you don't own your own house and you paid a lot of money for it and you're able to lose it. And so to be able to help her secure her home is amazing to me. And so
Thanks.
yeah, I'm rooting for him to be able to do it, and I'm just glad that he's even thought about that. A lot of people don't even think about like how I'm going to help out my parents with their house, and so I'm just very proud of him for that. So
Sure, bro, appreciate it.
yeah, got a great man. But yeah, so I'm actually looking this magazine. I've never heard of this magazine before, but it's called Afar. And so I see a bunch of vacation stuff. I haven't taken a vacation in forever, and that's something that I could do at least in August. But I want to be able to do it even more than that. So far I only have one vacation planned. It's not really even planned. We have just thought about going. But I haven't gone on any vacations because I don't have the money to do it. Or it's not even that I don't have the money to do it, because I could, but my focus is on paying off this debt. And so I have not prioritized going on vacations, and I love to travel. Like, I literally grew up like traveling. My mom used to work for an airline, and so I used to travel pretty much as an infant, out traveling and just being in airports and flying and all that. And my family's from Jamaica, and so we used to spend a lot of summers there, or just go there in general. And to not be able to like really travel in the past few years is weird for me. So I just need a break. I work too much. So just being able to get away and have like a week or whatever to just chill and refresh would be amazing. So one of the places that I did actually want to go last year for my birthday was the Bahamas. So I used to go to the Bahamas often, I guess, but not to I've never been to Bimini. The only reason why I used to go because they had, when I say often, it's like once a year, not like every month or whatever. But I used to go there because in Miami, I'm from Miami, they had cruises previously that were they were day cruises. You could take from Miami to, I think, Grand Bahama or Nassau. I don't remember which island in the Bahamas. But I've always wanted to go to what's the other island? It starts with an E. Can't remember right now, but I've always wanted to go to those specific islands in the Bahamas. And I wanted to go last year for my birthday, but the money wasn't there. And so I would like to take a vacation somewhere Bahama could be one place.
Okay, hold on, babe. But I just found Shirley Chisholm. Just want to point that out. She's coming up. I actually thought about this a month ago. Thanks, babe, for letting me cut you off. I love you. All right, you had a great year, but anyway. So, Shirley Chisholm, for those who don't know, she was first African American, I think, period, to run for the presidency 50 years ago. So whatever. I think this came out this actually came out April 2018. So yeah, okay. Well, anyway, back in 1978?
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's either in the late 70s or early.
Like, we on live, we can't be the stupid. Anyway, a long time ago, she ran, and just thinking about the courage that she had to, have had, the position that she faced, and she still went to get hers. She's sitting here in front of a podium smiling. So I thought about having her go to like Google and print something off to put it on my vision board. But I'm glad I was able to find that there. Okay, back to Bimini and these vacations that you ain't even talked to me about. But go ahead.
Anyway, but I think that's a good idea. I haven't even thought about that, of having like inspirational people on my board. I have to put some thought into that, or hopefully I'll run into something in here that inspires me, someone that inspires me that I can put on my board. But anyway, I wanted to go to Bimini. We did talk about going to Bimini last year.
What? I'm saying on your board.
I'm sitting watching the replay.
She don't believe me, y'all. But go ahead.
We did we not?
We did, baby.
Okay. So I want to be able to go on vacation, but one of the places he would like to go to is Saint Martin. I have never been there. I've only been to like the neighboring islands, like St. Thomas and whatnot, on a cruise. He wants to go on another cruise, but I kind of want to just fly somewhere because I just need like a break. And sorry, cruises, you're like very active still, and I don't mind being active, but what I really want from vacation right now is just to like really refresh, clear my mind, and not have to do anything or talk to anybody if I don't want to. Like, I don't even want to talk to nobody if I don't want to at dinner. Whereas on cruise, you kind of have to in a sense. So yeah, I kind of just want to fly somewhere. He wants to go to St. Martin. I'm okay with going anywhere really, as long as it is a vacation. But this is the kind of vacation that I want to go on. Something with blue waters and white sand beaches. And I also cut this out because I like this, like a waterfall, this past year for my birthday. So instead of going to Bimini, we went to Amicalola Falls. But I really did love it. I was just looking at the pictures actually this morning from when we went to Amicalola. And first of all, he did not want to go. So Amicalola is the highest, I think, or the most beautiful. It has some type of
remote control.
It has some type of rating in Georgia in terms of waterfalls, and it was so beautiful. He didn't want to go at first, but we went, and he's been talking about it ever since. Like, oh, we need to go back to Amicalola. We need to go back to Amicalola. But you didn't want to go.
I did want to go.
Anyway, so I would love a waterfall like that. Isn't this pretty nice? This is in Colorado.
This is very nice.
So I feel like I need to cut smaller stuff. Maybe I'll redo them in a moment.
Oh, babe, can you pass that back to me?
Pass what back to you?
The remote control.
So we have 8 people watching now.
That was more. I thought we had 80.
We ain't there yet. We gonna get there one day.
Enough to be sitting there in front of these people. 8 people. Nah, I'm playing, y'all. What's up?
So, okay, so I got travel on my board. I have food, a home, debt reduction. What other areas? What kind of stuff do you have?
Stuff to make sure I remain fine and sexy. cut up, ripped up. Cut this out. I'm going to cut that out. Just a living room, nice living room,
Oh, that's
open,
nice.
open the concept. That made no even medicinal. That made no same condition. Where's the HGTV one?
Dave,
What?
you've been through all the magazines?
Yeah.
I've been talking too much.
A lot of this is pictures though. We're already cut up.
Oh, I need this. Along with like eating healthier, I need to work out.
It's hard to get from God when both your hands is full with all your bathing is acting.
So, Mind Your Business 82. Hey. So she or he.
I thought somebody was saying mind your business. I'm about to say, what?
She or he, I don't know. But Mind Your Business 82 said I had to click. She, okay. Said I had to click on this live because I just decided to. Where do you get all your magazines? And so actually Mike is the one who secured the magazines for us because I failed on my job. So the plan was that we both were supposed to get magazines, and then
from where?
From one, we were supposed to ask people, and then two, we did talk about going to like doctor's offices like that, because we figured they extra magazines that they don't need because they probably have like subscriptions that end up with a bunch, and so maybe they would have been willing to give, just hand them out to us. We don't know, but that was the first plan. The second plan, like I said, was to ask people. I failed in terms of asking people. I was supposed to send out a email at work to people and ask them to bring in stuff, but I did not. But he asked a few of his friends, and so two of his friends, Ravita, gave us these magazines. So
a really good idea. A good friend of mine, Kawan, actually said that because he had a vision board party last year and GroupMe. He said to just
you did say that.
GroupMe, and quite a few people responded to me. One friend who's in Columbus, Georgia, where I currently live, said that they had something, but I had already left for the Christmas break. So GroupMe is a very good idea. You just drop a message, and hopefully somebody has something.
Yeah. So he actually was able to get a whole lot from his friends. So we've already gone through about half of them already, and this is the remaining amount that we have. And so I guess I can show y'all the floor. This is the floor of all the magazines we've gone through so far.
Some of them just individual pages.
So we have a good amount, and I'm glad that he was able to get this amount because I probably would have been like, okay, let me pick up these little 4 magazines, and it would not have been enough. So yeah. So what was I saying? Working out.
Yeah.
I need to work out. So my working out is that I just need the gym to be where I'm at, like here, like right here. And then I would work out. So the gym is not that far, I will admit. It's just like
we looking at her right now. And she already has a gym where she at, people. So what really is this?
But
maybe y'all can find out for me.
Anyway, the gym is not that far away. It's in the clubhouse, and it's a really nice gym. But so the distance and the fact that I have to walk there in the weather, it's an obstacle for me. And so I want to be able to overcome this mindset issue of of going to the gym, because I like to work out. So you wake up, you're all warm and fuzzy, and to get up and then say that you're going to walk in the cold to the gym is not what I'm into. But I need to get over that mindset, and I need to work out more, because I actually feel really good when I work out. I actually feel really good when I work. And so I live in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, so I feel really good when I work out, and I really need to just work out more. Thank you. So yeah, it makes no sense that I don't work out.
You should ask people what their top goal is for the year.
Okay, yeah. So actually, we experiencing some really good weather, and so this morning I was like, oh, I should actually start off the day going to the gym because it's been like 66 degrees or 65 degrees for the last like 3 days or so. So it's pretty good. And I actually went outside with like earlier with a sleeveless shirt on. So it's been pretty good, and I should have capitalized on the weather today, but yeah. So I need to find an appropriate picture in here. I do not run because my knees are not good, so I'm not gonna put that. But I need to find an appropriate exercise picture to put on my vision board because I would like to ideally work out like 4 days a week. Yeah, I think that's good. 4 days a week. So Mike suggested that I ask you all, what are some of the goals that you are trying to achieve this year, or what's something that you're trying to put on your vision board? Go ahead and put that in the chat box. Have like, you know, the top vision you're trying to achieve for this year. So see, look, babe, I'm not the only one. She says I have the same issue getting up in the wintertime to go work out.
It's definitely tough. It's definitely tough. I struggle with that as well. I think most people do, but you just gotta. I don't know. You just have to want it. As Eric Thomas says, when you want to succeed as badly as you want to breathe, then you will be successful.
Yeah. And so she says, mind your business 82 says debt reduction and payoff. So that's definitely like number one. I just want to get out of debt so badly just so I can live the life that I want to live and not, and you know, I probably can, but then I would be in debt and end up paying more money. And a lot of people don't understand that because like I'll have people make comments like, oh, you don't have to contribute as much to your debt or whatever, but like I just want them to be gone. I don't want to have to worry about them, and I want to be able to buy what I want to buy. I don't want to necessarily buy things recklessly, but like I said, I want to be able to just go on a vacation, not have to worry about that I have, you know, a credit card or student loans or whatever to pay off. So I just want to get out of it so badly. And I probably talked his ear off in terms of like till June. I just want to have mine too. It's a really good apartment, but I just need more space. And I want to, since, you know, I'm going to be doing YouTube a lot more. I want a space that is like conducive to just walking in there and getting started instead of having to like set up all the time. So having a second bedroom that will allow me to kind of play as a studio, but also to have guests. So like my parents came in November, and I don't have like an extra bedroom for them to stay in. They was like complaining, and we had to stay in the living room. And so, well, I wouldn't say they were complaining about me not having an extra room. They weren't complaining about that, but I think that's just, I would have liked to also be able to stay in my room, but also be able to have them in their room. And I'm not the type to like have my parents sleep on the couch, and that's okay if that's you, but that's just not my thing. I mean, everybody does their own thing, but I want my parents to stay and, you know, up on the couch. And so I also don't want to have myself, I had an extra bed. Apartment shopping, one, because he thought I was paying a little bit too much on my rent, but also I was looking for extra space. But to live in this part of Atlanta, which is very close to my job, the rent is just high. People think Atlanta is cheap. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Like, it is not cheap. So, because yeah, I think people used to think like, oh, you can get like a 2-bedroom apartment for like under $1,000. Literally, they are building up new apartments down the street. So they had one that opened up when I first moved here, maybe like a year ago, and like at 1,600. And then the same thing for the 2 apartments that are even closer that are building up. And I looked up at one of them, and a studio or 1 bedroom is like $1,700 or $1,800 a month. Like, that's a lot of money. And the pay is not getting higher. Like, people are not getting paid more. So Atlanta is not cheap. So I don't know, but people keep moving here. I guess I moved here too, but I moved here for work. I ain't moved here just for, oh, let me move my family and look for cheaper cost of living, because it's not here. It is not here, okay? So
What does that person do?
she didn't say. She said y'all burst my bubble. Or are you planning to move to Atlanta? Well, I will say, so I live in like the north part of Atlanta, and so that is a little bit more expensive, like expensive. And to get like really, really inexpensive rent, you have to live further out, like in the south areas of Atlanta, like past the airport and stuff like that, like in College Park, West End, those type of areas, and those aren't all that nice.
West End is gentrified, 100%.
Well, West End is just gentrifying, but it's less expensive over there. But yeah, the whole place is gentrifying, so it's like everything is going to continually get expensive. My friends, and she said that her realtor said that Atlanta is on track to be like the next San Francisco. And I think San Francisco is one of the most expensive places in the United States. Or in the world?
No, it's in the world. Yeah.
Really? And so, yeah, it's not cheap here. Like, you can definitely live, but it's not like what people thought, or at least what people were telling me when I was moving. Like, oh, you can get somewhere for like a 2-bedroom for under $1,000. Actually, one of my good friends from college, she was living here when she was in physical therapy school, and she had a 3-bedroom house that she was renting out, and she was paying, I want to say like $1,100 a month, and that was a few years ago. But now, and she also was in the south part of Atlanta, but I don't even think that she would have been able to get that type of rent if she were to look now. So back a few years ago, it was possible, but not now. Like, it's not inexpensive. You probably can still buy some homes for like a cheaper price in some areas, but even like the home prices, like if you want to buy a house, they're going up. Like, there's townhouses like by me, they're like $500,000-$700,000. Yeah, but I'm sure they're like, and like I said, in South Atlanta, you can probably buy a house for like $250,000-$300,000, but you probably could have bought those houses. Weren't we looking at something the other day? About some house that was like a 3-bedroom, and then like a few years ago was purchased at like $175, and now it's like $350.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. Mm-hmm. So like house values are going up. So let me catch up on these comments. I'm in NYC, anywhere else but here. So I used to live in New York, in Harlem, like right on the border of Washington Heights and Harlem. And my rent when I was living there in 2009 to 2011, $1,500. About that now. So, yeah. For a 1-bedroom apartment. And I had a 1-bedroom with all the same amenities that I had in New York for that price. So granted, that is a 10-year difference, but like it's expensive. I'm sure the same apartment that I used to live in is even more expensive now, but
that's okay.
I'm sure it's not as cheap, like I said, as people think, but you probably could end up spending a lot less in comparison to New York. So that probably would still be a good move for you. I don't know how much you pay now, but it probably would be cheaper just even thinking about like the difference between what I used to pay. Well, the fact that it's the same and it's a 10-year difference. So yeah. So let's see. And okay, San Fran is ridiculous. People with 6-figure salaries can be considered poor in the Bay Area. Yeah, we looked at that because there was a sit-in, and told me, he was like, "You better not apply," because he sent me some articles that show that I think if you make 125,000 or something like that, you're still at below the poverty line.
I forgot what it was. I don't think it was that, but it was something that was like, how? Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's crazy. I just compared to the East Coast where I'm at San Antonio. Have I been there before? Is that the place I went to? San Antonio, and I think this past year, where did I go? Austin.
Yeah.
Okay. San Antonio for a conference. Yeah, I'm sure it is less expensive. Like Texas, probably. Yeah, I don't know. Comments? Texas native here.
Yeah, Texas. The cost of living in Texas is definitely great. It is slightly rising because some corporations are moving. I believe Toyota and a few other corporations have moved from California to Texas. And so, I mean, Texas in general is a very nice state. There's no state tax.
We back? I guess we're back. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Oh, we're back. But yeah, it is expensive in general. Cost of living, I think, in general, everywhere is expensive. Oh, what I was saying was taxes. I would love to live in a state that it doesn't have state income tax. So I'm from Miami, and so Florida also doesn't have state income tax. And Texas doesn't. Delaware doesn't. Tennessee. And I think one more that doesn't have state income tax. But I think of those places, the only places that I would like to live in is Florida. But the property tax tends to be higher in those type of areas when the it's not like if they tax, but have to pay income tax because we give so much taxes, and I definitely do believe in contributing your fair share to be able to have good infrastructure and all that through taxes, but we pay a lot through taxes. And then given that I do Grubhub and a lot of like work, you get that self-employment tax, which is higher than other taxes. It's not 100%. It still is profitable to do side income, but it's a lot of money that we're paying. So if I could get some type of relief and not have to pay income tax, that'd be awesome. So that's great that it's less expensive in San Antonio and that you don't have to pay income tax there. That's a good move. That is a good move. But yeah, I would encourage you to definitely check out what you see what you want in a place in Atlanta. I've also been looking at jobs, different places, and so if you were to end it soon, because it keeps doing this. I don't know if it's been doing this the whole time. Yeah, it's just like looking at me now. Gotcha. But yeah, what was I saying before? Yeah, so look at Nerd Calculator to see, or Nerd Wallet, to look at the cost of living difference to see if it actually makes sense, if you'll actually be saving money or not by moving somewhere. Because that's what I've been using whenever I've been finding new jobs I'm interested in, to see how much salary I need to, have in order to compensate or to, you know, keep my same cost or same standard of living while just living in that area. I found that to be helpful. One of the places I've been looking at is North Carolina. And like many places in North Carolina, the cost of living difference is actually 22% more than Atlanta. Like, and I guess on the surface you would think that Atlanta, you would think on the surface the same as like someone could look at these calculators and really go by like what just people are saying. So use like something like that to get an idea. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm about to end this live. I'm tired of talking. I've been talking so much. But I appreciate y'all for joining in and commenting. I really appreciate the comments. Yeah, I'm planning, so I just put out a video today, and I'm currently editing another video. I was hoping to have it up today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I have a bunch of videos that I have planned and recorded that I will be releasing very soon. And so there's a lot of content related to like budgeting and like my net worth and, you know, Grubhub ride-alongs and things like that. So I hope that you all will stay tuned for the content that I put out. And maybe even I'll do a live again sometime in the future. I have to figure out how this really works because I'm noticing on the screen it looks a little different than it looks on my phone. But yeah, I'm going to try to figure it out and maybe I'll do more lives. And Ladrina, I really appreciate you for considering to subscribe. I really can continue to deliver content that entertains. Here, it's reconnecting again. Yeah, so happy new year to y'all, and we're going to finish up our vision boards, and maybe I'll do a video or post it on the Instagram for the Wealth Vibe. So if you go on Instagram at the Wealth Vibe, I'll post a picture of the vision board so you can see how they turned out. And I hope have a great time finishing your vision boards and all your visions come true as you have a very prosperous new year. And I hope to see you guys in the future. And I definitely will be seeing Ladrina because she's planning to subscribe. And so, yeah, check me out in future videos and have a great day. Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. Good.